Hi and welcome to my channel, and today I'm gonna be doing something a little different that's not a speed paint. Whoa, holy cow, what's up with that? Yeah, so today I'm going to show you how to make hybrid items, and what I mean by hybrid is I'm gonna take 3 items and I'm gonna smush them together and I'm gonna make something completely different. Maybe. The idea for this came from, this might surprise you, a Homestuck thing, where the discussion was that a weapon that was a belt sander but had, you know, cheese grater elements to it to just sort of shave chunks off the imps or what have you, which is pretty brutal. So I'll show you the finished illustration that I incorporated this into at the end, but the way I started trying to plan for this is I looked up a belt sander and I looked up a cheese grater, and there's like 2 different kinds of belt sanders, and there's one that's like really big and looks like it was made for, I guess, tabletop use, and then I found one like this that was like handheld, which I thought, okay, that would be a little bit better to weaponize. And then you add in the grady parts of the cheese grater, right? That looks awful. Oh my god. And the only problem is where this stops flat here, it's a little bit harder to weaponize. Wow, twice in a row. I already tried to record this once and a big truck went by, so there you go. There's a big truck for you. But anyway, I thought, since this stops flat, it would probably be a little bit more effective if it came out more like this and rotated around that way, just basically lengthen the belt. And I decided to add in elements of the chainsaw, and there's actually 2 things I like about the chainsaw. I like that the blade juts out so that it's a little bit easier to weaponize, and also the way the handles are set up like this makes it easier to hold with 2 hands and get a better swing, whereas this only has, the belt sander only has 1 handle. So I'm gonna try to show you how I sketched and incorporated these things together. So here we go. I might have to speed this up, I hope not. I'm gonna try to do this fast. It's gonna be messy also. So the first thing is, I started with basically where the handles would go, right? And I will show you sort of what I designed cleaned up also, so that you're not just left with this horrible sketch. I always say, step 1, make a mess. And boy, do I make a mess. Right, so the handle back here is gonna come out kind of like this, and then the handle up here is gonna go. I'm also not trying too hard for perspective, so please don't like murder me over this. I say that, now I'm paranoid. So I wanted, this part I kind of feel needs to be boxy, right? Just because I assume maybe there's a battery in here. I don't know, like I said, this is more, I guess you could call it fantasy, because this is definitely not a real thing. And it's definitely not practical by any means. So I liked this circular bit here on the belt sander. So I did incorporate, oh yeah, circles in perspective are fun. So I did incorporate that. And I will say one thing that I do plan to do with it is do something pumpkin related. Mostly inspired by the orange, but also this is Homestuck, And the person whose weapon this is a Kara people fancier. And yeah, we'll do that. Just go ahead and incorporate that. So I'm gonna just make that sort of like a pumpkin thing. I'll clean this up a little bit. This is going well, I think. And we'll give it like a cool no, wait. Yeah. We'll do that. Rad. And then got this bit here. Which I assume is sort of like a power switch. Sorry for the zooming in and out also. I'm just trying to work with my assets. Okay. And now, yeah. So that's like the base of it, right? You've got the idea of how it's gonna start, and I'm gonna, this is where the power button would be if it had one, I guess. I assume it has to have some sort of, I don't know. I don't know. Homestuck is weird. Who knows how it works? Does anybody really care about any of that? No, they're probably screaming over something else ridiculous. Okay, so this is where the belt is gonna be. And the one thing I had trouble with before was to make this go out straight. This sort of curves down a bit, so I want to straighten it out some. Because we want the blade belt, what's it, to be straight. Okay. And I guess it will have this little lip thing here. And then, just for all intents and purposes, we'll do this. There we go. So now we have the actual belt on it. This part to also rotate off of. Can you guys hear David in the background? He doesn't have school today because everyone has the flu. Right. And now all that's left to do, I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller because we're gonna actually you know, you get the idea, right? And also, those look awful in perspective, I know, but I'm doing my best. And then you just want to add the little greater lips to it. Oh, that sounds, what a phrase, greater lips. Whatever that part's called, the part that does the shred. Yeah. And you know what, I'm gonna cheat, actually. I'm gonna cheat. Oh, dang. I didn't cheat good. I missed. Okay. And that is how I would design that. Fix that. Make it a little bit bigger because I sketch really small and I always have to adjust later. There you go. a grate sander. Let me clean this up a little bit. I will be right back. Okay, and here is a more cleaned up design. You can, I mean, this is really very simplified and also horribly out of perspective because it's rushed, and also I just was trying to make a point. But I also want to say that I didn't come up with this idea. This was technically Bob-Ohn's horrible invention. I just ran with it. And I drew it. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I will show you the illustration now that I incorporated this in. And if you want to see more things like this or anything else that I do, you can subscribe to the channel for more videos on Saturdays at noon EST, unless I screw up and post them and schedule them at midnight on accident instead, but they will be there on Saturday, you bet. And also, I stream live on twitch.tv/CherikaSharpArt on Wednesday afternoons and Sunday morning. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.